Hello everybody, happy Wednesday to you all, and welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you guys being here today. Shane, Mendy, Lael, Eric, Robert, Lowe, Bandit, Ron, welcome guys. Hope everybody is doing well today. Before we kick things off, I got some mail. I was sent a piece of mail by Whitemane, and inside this mail is 500 gold. Whitemane says, thanks for the content, dude. Whitemane, thanks for the 500 gold, dude. That's incredibly generous, and I really appreciate it. We're gonna head to the north, and we're gonna tackle a couple of quests up here that are gonna lead us into the wetlands. And we will be trying to do everything we can in the wetlands today to make sure that we're done with all of the green lower level quests. So yeah, it's a rainy day here in Loch Modan. I'm hoping that it's not so rainy in the wetlands, but that's the plan. Kashik, good morning buddy, welcome to the stream. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan, as I know. I do know. It was nicer yesterday. Yeah, it's warmer today. I don't want it to be warmer. I want it to continue being colder. So while today is nice, I was able to get out for a little walk this morning with my little dog. It's nice, but it's too hot. I don't even want it to be 80 degrees for a high. I want it to be like 72 degrees for a high. Yesterday was perfect. If every single day in summer were like yesterday, I'd be happy. It was like 73 for a high. It was chilly in the morning. It was chilly in the evening. I was able to go for a walk in the middle of the afternoon, and I didn't sweat. And that is the first time I've been able to go outside in the middle of the afternoon and not sweat for a long time. So yeah, it's nice. How am I today? I am doing pretty well today. Yeah, I really can't complain.
How are you? Be good. See you soon.
There was a record set in Sweden, warmest day in September ever. We had some days in August like that were record-breaking heat for August where I'm at. I'm hoping we don't have to deal with any record-breaking heat in September, but you never know. You never know. The planet is well and truly effed, and so anything could happen. Oh wow, even these guys are gray. Yeah, basically all of them are gonna be gray. In like a rare change of fate, somehow this character got too far ahead of the leveling curve. We've been fighting a lot of gray mobs. What are my thoughts about Druids in Classic Era? I'm not really a big Druid fan, but that's like not because of Classic Era stuff, just like I've never been a big Druid fan. I don't even know like what they're good at and what they're not good at in Classic Era. I'm assuming they're good healers. but I really don't know anything about them in Classic Era. In Classic Era, the Druid is my least played class. Maybe there will be a time when I can, like, sink some time into it and actually learn it, but yeah, it's my least played class. I love the idea of a Druid. Like, the fantasy of a Druid is really cool to me. It was actually, that's the first character that I ever created and logged into the world. Was a Tauren Druid on my friend's account. And, but so yeah, it's kind of funny that I've never really ended up playing one. In Wrath of the Lich King era, I healed on a Druid for a little bit before jumping over to my Holy Pally. And that was fun. I really liked being able to, like, hot everybody up and just let the hots roll. Preemptively putting hots on everybody before mechanics would go off and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna need to have an alchemist on this server. And whenever I get around to rolling an alchemist, I'll try to make it a druid. That way that'll give us like a reason to level up a druid. If I just think of them as an alchemist that happens to be a druid. Alright, that's it. The next part we have to actually finish going through the tunnel. That'll spit us out in the wetlands. And the first thing we'll do is we'll make our way up to the Green Warden. He has a low-level quest for us to do. And then we'll head over to Menethil. Did I see the official WoW Twitter account teased updated tier sets? No, I didn't. I don't twit. Or X, or whatever it's called now. I don't often find myself on Twitter. I don't social media much. This is me on social media. Like right here. And this is as much as I'm ever really on the internet. I'm assuming when we're talking about like updated tier sets, we are probably talking about retail. I'm assuming. Are we talking about like old sets? And why would they be updating them? Maybe I'll have to check it out on Wowhead later. What's my opinion on WW? On the War Within? TWW, as we call it. It's fine. It's not for me. But it's probably for somebody. It's obviously for lots of people that really, really enjoy all of it. Most of the War Within was not made for me. I'm not the audience anymore. So like, yeah, for me it's all very mid. But that doesn't mean it's not really awesome for somebody else. Let's see. Do I want to run to town first? Not really. Let's just focus on getting this first quest done. He'll have some follow-ups, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not... It didn't do anything really for me. And as a person that doesn't really want to get on like the daily and weekly activity treadmill, it doesn't really offer me a lot. But that's okay. Not every game has to be made for every person. And like it's okay that they're designing a game and making a game that's not for me anymore. It doesn't impact the value of the game for people that like it. When I just kind of accepted that I'm not the target audience for retail WoW anymore, like that let me let go of a lot of frustration and like a lot of anger I had about how like retail WoW wasn't super enjoyable for me, about all the things I didn't like about it. Like when I was able to just kind of like accept that I'm not the audience, they're not trying to make it for me, and that's why I don't like it. It was really easy to just let go of most of my like frustrations and anger about like how it hasn't been good. There's there's 5 story chapters gated behind. I know, I got to that point in the recorded series. I got to the point where I opened up the 5 story chapters, didn't start any of them. Like, and eventually I will. Eventually I will probably finish like the story chapters. Eventually I will go through and read all the quests, but I just don't feel like it right now. I'm taking some time to just like accept reality. The reality is up until that point, like none of the characters were interesting to me. I don't care about any of the characters. There's nothing really cool about any of the characters that I especially like. whether it's their personalities or the things that they say or the things they do. I'm not drawn in by any of it. No, like for me, like no one did anything really cool. No one said anything really cool. Like I don't care about their problems that they're having. Like I'm not invested in those characters at all. It seems like they do a lot of whining about stuff. About, oh, you know, I can't save people. Oh, I can't touch the light anymore. Like I'm not the audience for whatever story that is. And so I already knew that. I don't have to finish the story chapters to know the story's not for me. Like it has just an evil, like kind of like a villain who, while the villain is intriguing, she's just kind of an empty evil. She's an evil person, and we know she's evil because look at her. Obviously she's evil. And yeah, maybe we'll find out more, but like I just really don't care if we find out more. I don't want to know more. That's the point. It's like I look at the characters and I think about how they're portrayed and the things they do in the game, and like regardless of whether we're gonna find out more, I don't want to know more. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I don't really care how Ilaria sorts her like emotional problems out. I don't really care if Anduin ever reconnects to the light. I just don't care. And they haven't done anything to really make me care. And I guess that's part of accepting that like I'm not the audience for the story, because I don't have any buy-in. I don't have any investment in it. Yeah, the dungeons are nice. The zones are okay. Like the zones also, like who cares if the zones are good? You spend like an hour in each zone before you're done with the story. And besides that, the zones are just a place to do repetitious daily and weekly content. So who cares about the zones? All I do in the zones, I zip around on my dragon. I jump from point A to point B. I kill some stuff. I click some things. I get back on my dragon and I drop down somewhere else. So yeah, like the zones are really pretty, but they're not like, they don't feel like part of the game world. They feel like a beautiful portrait someone has painted. And like whenever I land on it, I'm like landing on top of a piece of art. Like I'm not landing somewhere in the world. It just feels like I'm literally landing on a piece of art. As opposed to like in an actual living, breathing space that seems like it fits into a fantasy world. Yeah. Same thing with Khadgar. I don't care. I don't care about Khadgar. They've wrote it in such a way that like I literally don't care about it anymore. That's all that it is. Yeah, I had enough. Yeah, I'm just over it. I'm just not interested. And that's okay. It's like sometimes like you pick up a book and you read a couple chapters of the book and you realize I'm not really interested in this book. And it's the same thing with a video game. It's the same thing. You pick it up, you play it for a bit, and like sometimes you realize like I'm just not really into this. And that's fine. It's fine that I don't like it. And it's fine if other people think it's really freaking good, because for somebody it is. For somebody out there, like the war within story, the war within characters, the way the game is played, like for somebody they like the whole package. And that's absolutely fine. Like, regardless of what they do with retail going forward, so many of the things that I like about WoW are things that are never going to come back. Because so many of the things that I like about WoW are the actual RPG elements of WoW. Like, the things that are actually RPG staples. And none of those RPG things that we've talked about, like, none of those are ever coming back into the game. We're never going to be forced to explore terrain on foot and to find our way through zones that are new and intriguing. You know, we're never gonna have diversified classes that handle like all situations inherently differently. We're never gonna have any kind of like meaningful feeling overworld combat. Like, all the things that I love about WoW the most are RPG elements. And that's the stuff that the game has been shedding since Cataclysm. And that's the stuff, they're not going to bring any of that stuff back. That's not like the design direction of like modern WoW. So yeah, I'm good. I'm fine just playing Classic. Yeah, I consider myself lucky because, you know, back in 2018, if you didn't like World of Warcraft Modern, you didn't have World of Warcraft to play at all. So I'm just happy that I have Classic, that I'm able to be here playing it. Because yeah, back prior to 2019, that was not an option. You either liked the WoW that was out and where the game was going, or you found a different game and you were sad about it. Those were your choices. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine that I'm not playing retail. It's fine that I don't like retail. Like, there are slices of gameplay there that I find like really awesome, but I just don't care about it because like I have to. It's a whole package. Like, unfortunately, for better or worse, the game is not just Mythic Plus. If I could get into my character screen, select my character, select Mythic Plus, and go into Mythic Plus, and if I didn't have to experience any of the rest of the game, then that would be a game that I would probably play for like 5-10 hours a week. You know, that would be a game I could approach more like Heroes of the Storm. Like, I could pop in for a few rounds of Mythic, I could pop out. Because that's all I want to do. Like, I don't want to get on the daily treadmill. I don't want to get on the weekly treadmill. I don't want to optimize by getting all my coffer keys and having them ready for the Bountiful Delves. Like, I don't want to do any of that other crap. It's all just inane, time-spending crap that isn't interesting, and I don't care about it. So when they get rid of leveling, and they get rid of the story, and they get rid of all this other stuff, and they make a way for me just to log in and just do Mythic Plus, or just do Delves, or just do PvP, like right from character select, I'll go back and play that game. Because that game is more up my alley than everything that's involved with modern WoW. Did I enjoy Kata? I enjoy Kata more than retail. Kata's a step towards retail. Like, Kata was the beginning of a lot of the RPG elements we talk about, like kind of sliding out of the forefront of the game, and the game becoming a lot more focused on the endgame pillars. Yeah, classic is boring, and it immerses you and sucks you in, and you kind of just get into it. Retail is boring, and the boring like grows and grows this mounting frustration and tension in my soul. Yes, they are both boring fucking games, to be fair. Like, retail is not exciting. Retail is 99% boredom with like 1% of excitement that happens when you overpull or you almost get ganked by somebody. But the ways in which classic is boring, like, it's relaxing, it's chill. You just kind of sink in and you play the game, and you can get into the world a little bit. You can get into your character a little bit. Retail is boring in the sense that you're doing these inane chores. You're doing them every day or every week. You're not sinking into the world. You're not relaxing. You're not chill. You're not immersed. You're just doing them to check off a box. So, like, there's good boring games, and there's bad boring. And bad boring is where it feels like a chore that you're logging in to do. Something that you have to get done to be optimal. Johnny, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. somehow with all of the gnolls that we've killed, somehow I have not killed any of the guys that we need. And like, I'm starting to suspect that Questie is straight up lying to my face. And that I think I need to be looking much further to the south. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We've killed so many gnolls, and we've only killed like 5 of the ones that we actually need for the 25 count kill quest. So yeah, let's head down here a bit. Am I seeing messages from Twitch? Yeah. Well, I could be seeing messages from Twitch if I were looking at the proper chat window. But primarily I'm looking at YouTube chat because, you know, no one's watching me on Twitch. But I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on the app I have that combines the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. So I'm keeping an eye on it, but obviously right now it's not like a huge priority for me. For better or worse. Do I want to do lay on hands here? Not really. Let's just pop a heal. And that's a good time to mention, guys, this week I'm experimenting a little bit, and I am actually dual streaming right now on YouTube and to Twitch. So if you want to help support what I do here, and if you want to help me grow the community, tossing me a follow on Twitch would probably help out a lot. And I appreciate those that do. I would much prefer you watch on YouTube. But if you just got like a Twitch account you never use and you want to toss me a follow, I'd appreciate it. And then come back and watch on YouTube, though. If I'm on Twitch, you recommend doing my streams in swim shorts in a hot tub to maximize viewership. I think that works for like some people. I don't know if like, if I'm the person that works for exactly. But I'm sure that works for somebody. Oh my god, this camp is like hyper spawning. We have to like kind of stay a little bit away from this. Like way back here should be good. I would really love to catch a drink and to get some health back. Johnny, I need cat ears on my headphones for Twitch. That's probably much more like, that's much more likely than the hot tub. But I think like I gotta pass on both of them for now. What talents are we running? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of a lot of things. We got some points in the Holy Tree. We got some points in the Ret Tree, and that's about it. I think like most of our points are in Holy right now. And I think I'm going to grab the rest of Divine Intellect to just increase our mana pool as much as I possibly can. This place is deadly. Okay, I need to heal. These hyper spawns are going to get me killed. Like, I would love to get in here and loot everything. But like, every time I work my way in, by the time I've cleared one mob, more mobs have respawned and I have to fall back. Like, I have to kill this guy to loot. And like, I have to kill him, and like, no one else can spawn while I'm killing him, otherwise I still can't loot. Maybe I need to loot everything, like, and just run out. Let's just loot while we're in combat. That way we can get out of here if we need to. Alex, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. JP watching the streams got you back into WoW. That's awesome. If you're having fun, then that makes me happy. If you're playing retail, then I still hope you're having fun, but I'm also sorry. Zach, it's going good, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Buffalo Bill, good afternoon to you and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today, man. Alright, what do we need? We need 4 more gnolls. What happened to the 33 warrior? Nothing happened to it. Nothing happened to it. I just didn't play it today or yesterday. I like the idea of like things happening to characters though, like especially in like a non-hardcore setting. Like what happened to them? Well, they had a midlife crisis. They transferred off server, and now they joined the horde. So, they bought a Jeep too. Midlife crisis. I have tactically named the stream what I've named the stream so that I can play whatever I want. Without being misleading or without setting like expectations. Right now I'm kind of focusing on this character because I want to level up a blacksmith. But yeah. I guess I'm thinking more about like progress on the server as opposed to progress on one character. Because I've kind of decided that Whitemane is my classic era retirement home. So, you know, like when you have a home, you have like lots of different projects going on at once. And like the ultimate goal of all the projects is to make the place better, you know? That's kind of how I'm thinking about Whitemane. Like I have lots of projects going on at the same time. The culmination of all these projects is just to have a beautiful retirement home full of awesome characters that have awesome professions and can do awesome things. Like that's the goal. And then so like everything I do works towards that. As long as I have like a specific goal in mind for a character, then I feel like I'm making progress towards my goals. I'm taking the bigger view than just the view of a single character making steady progress until that one character hits 60. Like I'm trying to take like a holistic view of like my progress on the server, you know. I hope that makes sense. That's just LOL. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Maybe it sounds like bullshit, but that's really how I feel about it. Soul Taker, good afternoon, buddy. Colin, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for being here. Sounds like I'm building an empire. I'm trying to build like a server that I can play on, that like every day I want to play, like there's something that I want to do. You know, today I'm leveling the blacksmith. Maybe next week I'll start up an alchemist. Like, I'm just trying to create a landscape where I'm finding joy and like enjoying myself and having fun every day that I log in. And having the freedom to play a few different characters, for me, like really helps with that. So like that's why the stream isn't named Alliance Paladin Part X Leveling Campaign. Like there's a reason why the stream is named what it is. And that's just to give me the freedom to actually enjoy myself on a day-to-day basis. And not feel locked into someone else's expectations of what I should or shouldn't do. That's it. Yeah, like it's 200 hours a character to get them to cap, you know, like I'm not gonna spend 200 hours straight on one character. It's just not how I enjoy the game. You know, like I might level this character for a week and then, you know, I might roll up an alchemist. As for the warrior specifically, like, I don't plan to level the warrior anytime soon. I played the warrior that day specifically to go into Stranglethorn, because going into Stranglethorn and doing some questing in Stranglethorn was going to be like, that was going to be what let me know if I could make Whitemane a home. So that's why I played that warrior then. It's just like I wanted to get into a highly contested PvP area and see if I could make progress and see how I felt about it, so that I can make sure that Whitemane was where I wanted to be. So yeah, I don't have plans to continue that warrior right now. So this is what I'm doing today. What's my handle on Twitch? Same as YouTube. Yeah, same as YouTube. All one word, I think. I think it's Robert Rambles, all one word. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I made my Twitch account is like it's old. I made it years and years and years and years ago. Because years and years ago I did a little bit of streaming on Twitch. Back when my YouTube channel was still like in its infancy. So yeah, it's been left untouched and covered in dust for all this time.
What's on your mind?
I'm streaming on Twitch now. Yeah, I am. Hey, if you'd been around the streams the last couple of days, you'd know that.
Oh, with you.
Yes, I'm dual streaming now. Yep, and it's after a year and a half almost, like almost complete channel stagnation. You know, after over a year of streaming very consistently, and just like 2 years overall of the channel being like pretty static as far as like its growth, yes. I'm dual streaming to Twitch in an attempt to grow the community. Because simply streaming on YouTube and simply making YouTube content, we weren't growing at all. And that's definitely really important to me, like finding new people for the community. So yep, I'm experimenting with dual streaming to Twitch. I'm gonna do it this week and see how it goes. Admiral's Arms, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I weightlift, man. I've weightlifted for, it's been 19 years. 19 years I've been weightlifting. I've been weightlifting longer than a lot of adults have been alive. So, I'm not like super serious about it anymore, but I still do it like 5 or 6 days a week. And by 5 or 6 I mean 7. Because I don't believe in off days. After the Twitch, it's OnlyFans. If my wife had her way, I would already be on OnlyFans. Am I making good money on YouTube? I only own 5 shirts and 6 pairs of pants, so you tell me. Colin, you can earn a mount if you watch Twitch for 4 hours, apparently. I didn't know that. That's like some kind of Twitch drop? Can I earn the mount for watching my own stream for 4 hours? That's pretty cool. I like that. How do I feel about Final Fantasy XIV? Amazing game that I'll never have the time to play. Yeah, that's how I feel about 14. Amazing JRPG story that I will never have time to see all of it. Because it's simply like 300 hours of MSQ is simply asking too much. Even as good as the story is, like 300 hours of traveling from point A to point B to listen to characters talk to each other is too much time to ask of somebody, in my opinion. What was my job before I streamed? I was a training developer. I was a corporate training developer and classroom facilitator. So for half of the year I wrote the training materials, made the curriculum, did the learning videos, and then the other half of the year I trained the trainers who were going to go train the associates. So half my year was standing in front of a classroom, half my year was at a desk working on development. Admiral's Arms, thank you, man. That's very generous of you. I appreciate the super chats. You're making me blush, though, so. Listen, when the temperature drops another 10 degrees, I will wear actual shirts. I don't own many, like I said, because I'm a poor person. But when it's colder out, I actually have a couple sweaters. So it's just that when it's so hot out, like, I dress minimally. And tank tops are cheaper than t-shirts, so like you save a couple bucks. I can't afford sleeves, basically. Undead Adam, how has chat been with both platforms going at the same time? I mean, right now I'm not really getting any Twitch views, you know what I mean? Like, keep in mind, like, when you're small on Twitch, no one is ever gonna find you. Because even if they're looking in the category you're in, you're gonna be at, like, the bottom of a 10-page scroll. And, like, nobody is gonna scroll 10 pages to find you when you have, like, 5 viewers. And so that's like, and that becomes like a self-perpetuating cycle of basically nobody finding you on Twitch unless something randomly happens to where you start getting an audience. So right now, like, I say, like, what Twitch chats? So, like, right now it's not a problem. Or even really much of a consideration. Yeah, it's really hard for, like, people to get found on Twitch. Especially in a category like World of Warcraft that's already, like, hyper-saturated with people who've been doing it for a long time. There are 4 of you. Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate you guys. Yeah, absolutely. 4 is much better than 0. I figure, like, it's taking, like, now that I have it set up and now that it's working, it's taking basically 0 effort for me to stream to both platforms at once. And so, you know, like, I might as well be grinding Twitch while I'm streaming to YouTube. I mean, it doesn't really hurt me. The only, like, negative thing is I can't really, like, schedule the YouTube streams the way that I want. Like today, I had the YouTube stream scheduled, but then when I went live, like, I can't get going live to connect to my scheduled stream that I scheduled through YouTube when I'm using like reshare to multi-stream. So, like, that's not good. I don't like the way that works. So, and I'm trying to, like, see if there's still a way that I can schedule a stream on YouTube and somehow connect going live on multi-platforms to that scheduled stream. Because so far that's been the only, like, negative thing. But yeah, since I'm not a smart person, like, doing new things is very challenging for me. I don't pick up new things easily. Admiral's Arms with a $50 super chat. Dude, that's absolutely crazy. I don't even know what to say. That's, like, way too generous. Thank you so much, man. That's insane. You're an insane person, and I appreciate you. Thanks for being here, man. That almost gets us into the next expansion. Exactly. Exactly. Which will be coming out in 8 months. No, not for real. Eventually, I'm sure eventually they'll have retail expansions cranking out every year. It's the logical course. Especially if they keep shrinking down the MSQ and they keep shortening the time to level. I'm sure they'll eventually get it down to like every year expansions. Especially after they run out of classic expansions to drop in the off years. You know, like right now they're doing retail launch, classic launch, they're trying to do it like that. Eventually they're going to run out of classics to launch. And then someone's going to be asking, wait, why are we not doing an expansion every single year for the moolah? And so yeah, you can look forward to that. Look forward to dropping your $90 annually sometime in the next couple years, probably after the World Soul Saga. Like by that point we'll have done MOP Classic and we'll have done WoD Classic, and the world will be getting ready for Legion Classic, like as the World Soul Saga is wrapping up. And then after that, I'm sure you'll see yearly expansions for World of Warcraft. Carlos, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. I mean, they have it down to a science, you know, 4 new zones, 12 story quests, X amount of dungeons, a raid. Like, they have it down to a mathematical formula. So the concept of them dropping like an expansion every like 10 to 12 months is like, that's easy. It's easy. That's the kind of problem, like with the way they make content and the kind of content they make. That's the kind of problem you can throw bodies at it, and throwing bodies at it will speed up the timetable. I don't know if I can break this group up. I'm pretty sure this group is like all chained together. I don't think I can kill 5 of them. I'm running out of guys to fight on the periphery of the camps. We don't need to be doing this one right now, but I would like to get it done before we move on. Richard, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. What's been my preference over the years? Recorded videos or streams? That's a tough one to answer, because like honestly I've been doing recorded content a lot longer than I've been streaming. So I'm happy to be able to do both of those things. Like sometimes, also like depending on like what games are out and depending on what I'm into, like one or the other is better. Like right now streaming is better for me. Like, you know, especially with the way War Within went, I thought I'd have some more stuff to do, some more recorded series to do, but it really depends, man. Like, a lot of it is, some of it is like mood. Like, what do I want to do like this month? Do I want to do more streams? Do I want to focus on recorded stuff? But I don't think I have a preference. They are both better in different ways, and they both have their own struggles. Like, I think ultimately I prefer streaming, because like we get to hang out, we get to talk about the game, whereas recording can almost become like a very lonely experience. Like in times where I have focused on just recording, especially after streaming, like times when I focus on simply doing recorded series, it starts to feel really freaking lonely, and I don't really enjoy it in the same ways. So like in an ideal world, I kind of prefer streaming, just getting on, playing the game, hanging out, having a chat, and doing whatever. But you know, but also as an introverted person, sometimes it's nice to sit back and like work on some recorded stuff for a few days, you know? Sometimes you get to a point like where you just need to recharge that social battery. Yeah, for game progress, the streams are nice too, because especially when playing Classic, you know, like I could play Classic an hour a day in a recorded series. That's going to be like a 300-part series. The progress for me is going to feel very slow. Or I could stream for 4 hours, and I could just I can get through a lot of stuff. We can go on lots of adventures like within that block of time. And then furthermore, like really, like when I'm streaming a lot, I tend to do less recorded stuff because, let's be honest, even you guys who love the content, there's only so much WoW Classic you could watch in a day. Like if I'm streaming for 4 hours most days and I'm putting out like an hour of content, one of those things kind of misses out because like there's only so much WoW content you could watch in a day. Right? And so, you know, when I'm focusing on one thing, I tend to do less of the other thing. I do have to say that I feel like YouTube could be better at helping people who are trying to use it for a streaming platform. I don't think it shows VODs to enough people. I don't think the way the algorithm like treats VODs after they are finished is fair. Which is that like after the VOD is no longer live, it's not usually going to show that to somebody in their feed later on. It's going to always be much more likely to show like a new recorded video in someone's feed than it's going to be to show a VOD that ended earlier that day. And so I don't really like that element of it. There's a few different nuances like that between like recorded content and streaming content on YouTube. Eags, no plans for hardcore runs anytime soon, buddy. Yeah, the way I'll get back into hardcore is if Blizzard actually cares about hardcore, does some kind of fresh start server, or rolls out like a different type of hardcore server. When Blizzard cares about it again, then I would go back and check it out, but no plans anytime soon. Oops, that's a mute. I don't watch the WoWcast. Sometimes I try to watch that stuff where they're talking to the devs and like interviewing the devs. I kind of find it cringe. For some reason, I find the interviews with the devs and like the sit downs with the devs, I find it cringe. They always kind of seem uncomfortable. Like it makes me kind of uncomfortable. It seems very corporate, scripted. I just don't enjoy it. Yeah, I tried to watch a couple of them, and also when I watch any content with WoW developers, I realize like how young these people are, and I start to see like I look at the people who they're talking to, and I understand like, okay, yes, this is why the game is not made for me anymore. I can see by who's making the game. I understand a little bit better like why the game is no longer for me. I kind of have to get this copper vein. I still need so much copper. Yeah, somebody mentioned the revamped tier sets earlier. Oh my god, my inventory's full. That's not awful because we actually have a vendor right nearby. Let's head over to the engineer vendor and we will clear up some space. That actually works out pretty much perfectly. It's as perfect as it can be for having a full inventory. Like, realizing it when you're right by a vendor. Christopher, I don't understand the question, man. I'm on a highly populated server for Classic Era. Yeah, I'm on Whitemane, which is the most populated server in the US. So, but I don't think I understand the question. Unless that's the question. I'm on a highly populated server. There's like 4,000 or 5,000 players in the server. It's clustered with a bunch of other servers. It's the highest populated Classic Era server in the States. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm in a guild of people that are leveling up and they're constantly looking for groups and stuff to go out, so like I'm doing good. PvP and not PvE? Okay, well the reason why it's PvP is just because like historically, for whatever reason, like the most populated WoW servers have always been PvP. That's just how it's always been. I guess that just speaks to the fact like a lot of people like leveling up on PvP servers, I guess. Yeah, the biggest servers are always PvP. This server's PvP, the biggest server in the EU, Firemaw, is PvP. We look at like Cataclysm, we got like Faralina. Faralina is a huge server that's PvP. Like, it's always that way. I think it's historically always been that way, and I think it will probably, like, as long as people have the choice, it'll always be that way. Because getting ganked makes the world go round. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always been a thing. There are often like big PvE servers as well. Like, you know, like in Cataclysm, like I play on Mancrik. Mancrik is a pretty populated PvE server for the Horde side, but it's never anywhere near as much population as a PvP server has. That's a lot of people in Classic, they like to be on a PvP server. Maybe it's just like it makes it a little bit more immersive. You know, the threat of getting ganked, the idea of having contested zones, the idea that a player could kill you, like it kind of adds to the immersion of it. At least for me, it does that a little bit. Like, I think it's the idea, like, a lot of times, like, right now we're flagged. Like, if a Horde player comes by, we're throwing down. Like, I might get killed, they might get killed, like, I'll probably get killed. And, like, you don't think about it a lot, and then sometimes it happens. And as long as you're not, like, getting body camped, it kind of creates moments of excitement and moments of, like, just, like, moments of emotion in a sea of relaxation, kind of. And it's, like, it's nice sometimes. It's not nice to get ganked, but, like, it's nice to, like, have that possibility. Yeah, and then you have situations where people camp out an inn. And it's like, that's part of it. Like, when someone's camping out the inn in Duskwood, you gotta go quest somewhere else. Like, that's really all you can do. Or you can get your friends together, get some level 60s, and you can fight them. So it's like, you have choices. And so I think it just creates these dynamic moments. And it gives people who are bored, like, something to do. You know, obviously when you're camping out an inn on the opposite faction, like, you're probably kind of bored, you're probably looking for stuff to do in the game. It's just another activity for people to do. Can it be, if all you want to do is level up, it can be inconvenient, but if you're just playing to play and like to have a good time, like, yeah, that sucks, but it's like, okay, I can go level up somewhere else if they're camping the inn, camping the quest givers. I think it's just that, like, PvP is player-generated content, you know what I mean? It's the purest kind of player-generated content. And I think that's what people find appealing about it, even if they don't recognize that that's why. Alright, this one is done. I have a feeling we're gonna get a breadcrumb to go talk to the Green Warden, though. Let's see. Maybe not. But we will be back out this way. So I think I'm gonna run to town and pick up the quest in town. We'll be back out here to do Sida's bag. We'll come back out and talk to him again to turn this in. But let's go pick up everything in town for now. I think in Classic Era, with the way they cluster servers together now, I think the faction imbalance is less of a thing. Like, Whitemane here is pretty balanced, but like, we're clustered with a bunch of other servers. So I think Whitemane on its own might be primarily Horde, but then it's taking in like Thunder Fury and these other servers that have a lot of, that are, might be mainly Alliance, but we're taking in Thunder Fury and other servers that have like a big Horde population. And so overall, like on the server cluster, that balances it out a little bit. It's never going to be perfectly balanced, but I think if you can hit like a 60-40 split, that's pretty good. 60-40 split is pretty good. Yeah, Deviant Delight's, it's still dead. It was dead. Blizzard declared it dead. People thought they wanted to play there. They picked a really bad time to try a fresh start. It was not a good time for a fresh start. And it was dead. We played on Deviant Delight for 2 weeks. We got to level 30 on a warrior. I wish I could transfer that warrior here because I liked that warrior more than the Night Elf warrior. Yeah, and then it never was not dead. It started dead. It finished dead. It was kind of a waste of 50 hours of my time. That's what landed us here on Whitemane. And like, Whitemane has a big population. Like, when people come back to Classic Era, they look at the server list, they look at the population. Whitemane says medium. So like, a lot of people just choose to play here because they can see visually, they can see there's a population here without having to go look it up, without having to rely on like some kind of like community fresh start. They can see, oh, Whitemane, medium population in a sea of low population servers. I'm gonna go on Whitemane. And so that's self-perpetuating. So like a big server typically just continues to get big because it's where people go to play. And a low pop server continues to be low pop because people avoid low pop servers.
How are ya?
We might run out of space in our quest log. If I just run around and take every quest, we're gonna run out of space. I'm gonna have to be a little bit judicious about like what I take
Great
here.
to meet ya.
We want Sida's bag. Third fleet can wait. I don't think we're gonna do that one right now. Do I want to set my Hearthstone here? I think that would be a good idea. Let's set our Hearthstone here.
Aye. See you soon.
Let's also make sure that we... Oh, you know what? I have the flight plane already because I've been here. So we just haven't quested here yet, but I've been here to get on the boat and stuff. We'll take Claws from the Deep, that's level 22. We'll take young crocolisk skins. And I think we'll go do that stuff. We'll work on that stuff for a while. Mainly I want to get all the green stuff done.
Greetings. Go with honor.
And then we'll see like what else we have to do.
Light bless you.
Let's turn the breadcrumb in. The Algaz Gauntlet quest turns in inside the keep. Let's go do that before we peel out. We're at 18 out of 20 in the quest log.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Blizzard just announced you can play as a Drakthir of other classes. Oh, that's cool. That's good quality of life improvement. Now they need to let other races be evokers. That's the announcement that I would have cared about more. But it's good that they can finally be other classes.
Great to meet you. Keep your feet on the ground.
That will make all the dragon people happy. Now they just need to make other races able to be evokers, and that'll make all the evoker people happy who are not really fans of being a dragon person. Yeah, I think there's definitely a way that like everybody can be happy. Alright, I got a bio before we head out of town here. I will be right back. Alright. I'm back. Let's go. Is there a guild on Whitemane for the chat? There are lots of guilds on Whitemane. Do I have a guild on Whitemane? No, not yet. I'm very on the fence about having a guild. Eventually here, like maybe in a couple more weeks, I'll gauge interest and see. But I joined a random guild that spammed at me. Because they're a leveling guild, they got tons of people on, so that's what I would recommend to anybody playing on Whitemane. Like, find a guild, even if it's just one of the big guilds that they invite everybody. That's where you want to be. You want to be where they're inviting everybody across, like, all the leveling brackets. That's going to be your best bet for finding groups for, like, low-level stuff. I got invited to a guild called Minimal Effort, which describes lots of things in my life. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah, like down the road, I might get a guild going. It depends. Depends on how things go and what the general interest is after I've been here for a few weeks, and we'll see what people's general interest is. Karen, good evening. Welcome to the stream. LS? No, I didn't. No, I've done the story chapters in the 4 zones, and I haven't done anything else. So there's probably like a bunch of cinematics and stuff out now that I haven't seen, and I'll see them eventually. When I go back and finish the questing, whenever that happens, I'll see them. But I just don't really have any interest. I'm not invested in how the story plays out. Like, I'll eventually play the story out to have seen it, but it's at some point. But I'm not like super interested. Yeah, the story they're telling with the characters, they're not for me. They're not writing their characters or their story to interest someone like me. So like it's for somebody, but not for me anymore. So it doesn't interest me. There's old Gobbler. I knew he'd be around here somewhere. Alright, that's for Murlocs. Let's go after the young crocolisk skin. Which should be able to find all over. If we have trouble finding them along the road, we can find them in the lake. That's actually a good spot for them. Marlena, good afternoon and welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so the drop rate has been really bad. I shouldn't be surprised. We've been finding lots of crocolisks and the drops just haven't happened. It's always misleading when they tell you you only need 4 of these. Only 4 of them. A dozen mobs later, and you only have 2 of them. It's got to be a perfect skin. Yeah, they should call it. They should call it that. And they should be like, you know, get 4 perfect skins. If they added the word perfect or pristine to a lot of like generic animal parts, I'd buy it. You know, like when you kill 100 of the boars in Westfall, like none of the boars have livers, even though you're pretty sure that a liver is a basic part of a boar's like anatomy. If they called it a pristine liver or a perfect liver, then you would never question when you didn't get one. But when you just call it like just ambiguously like, oh, crocolisk skin, it's like, I don't know, they all look like they have skins to me. Yeah, just like another word onto the beginning of it would be good. Perfect skins. 4 perfect young crocolisk skins. Any plans on raiding if I hit 60? Absolutely. Yeah, if we can find a group that'll take us. Yep, if we can get to 60, I'll put together some healing gear and we'll see if we can get invited to a pug. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna do GDKP runs. So, like, yeah, it would have to be a non-GDKP. I don't know how many non-GDKPs go out. Might, yeah, like, so we'll see. I would love the opportunity to face roll some classic raids. If the opportunity presents itself.
King's honor, friend. Be careful. For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
It's an old army punishment. Send a private out into the woods looking for the stick you lost. No matter what stick they bring back, it's always the wrong stick. That sounds psychologically damaging and a good way to punish somebody. Yeah, the best punishments are psychologically damaging, because that's going to stick with you a lot longer. Alright, I'm not going after the giant crocolisk skins right now. I'm not going after the war banners right now. I think maybe we'll do Sida's bag. Even that one is it's not green. But if I look at what we have, I think we're like out of green quests. Let's check Red Ridge. Shadow Orbs is an elite quest. Yeah, we might be good. We might be like essentially out of green quest, which is a good place to be. We'll work on Sida's bag. That way we can turn in the breadcrumb. I don't think we'll be able to do the elite quest up here right now, but we can at least get the breadcrumb turned in. Omer's Revenge is level 24, so we have a little while before we have to do that. Cool. We're actually realigning with the leveling curve a little bit. You're not sure if psychologically damaging a fellow armed soldier is a good idea. It's a really good idea. It's a really good idea to do that as soon as you can. That way, when they're supposed to be covering your back in like a hot zone, you know if they're going to crack under the pressure or not. Yeah, you absolutely want to be the one to psychologically damage them first. So you can be sure in a more controlled environment of what their reaction is going to be to psychologically traumatizing events. So that when you're getting shot at, and they're the only person like protecting you from becoming ground hamburger, you know how they're going to react to stress. Basically, let's just say, like, if you're someone who's never even been bent, you're much more likely to break. You want to do a lot of bending. You want someone to bend quite a bit, and because that's going to make them less likely to break. Whereas if you've never been bent, you're probably just going to snap, like at the first onset of any problems. Well, in the environment we're talking about, they wouldn't be. We're talking about someone who's in training. So when you're in boot camp and you're training, you're doing exercises, you're not walking around armed. But yes. But overall, I think you see my point, though. I would like everybody, everybody whose job is to like have a firearm, I want them to be severely psychologically tested and put through many, many mental rigors, because I want to know that they can withstand that before they're like out on their own with said firearms. Yeah, they should be definitely bent many, many times before they're out in the wilds. You played Vanilla WoW when it was new, you suffered a lot of bending. Exactly. And it makes you more resilient overall. Yeah, I mean, Souls games are very punishing. Yeah, definitely punishing. Alright, are we gonna get Sayada's bag on the first ooze we kill, or like the 400th ooze that we kill? I'm gonna bet on... It's gonna be off the 5th ooze. That's my bet. The 5th ooze we kill will have the item. Alright, here it is. I got a good feeling about this one. Damn, okay. So it's gonna be the 400th one. Yeah. It's gonna be 400. I have to stop being positive, then it'll drop. I have to start complaining about it, yeah. I'd rather not, but like history has shown that if I complain about something, that's much more likely to make it happen than if I simply ask for it politely. Ah! Aha! 7! Was it 7? Karen, I think he got it. I think that might have been 7, 5, 6, 7. It might have been 8. It was close though. Yeah, we were both pretty close. You were closer. It was, yeah, that's pretty dang good. Like, I'll take it. Was that 7? Yeah. Okay, that's great. Look, I'll take it. See, we thought about low numbers, and we got a low number. So, 7 is much better than 236. It's awesome. Alright, let's go turn in the breadcrumbs, and then we'll head over to the Green Warden. We'll turn that one in, and after that, we could either stay here and we could do more stuff, we can go back to Duskwood and do some stuff in Duskwood. At that point, we really kind of get to choose like what we do. Because I don't think at that point there's any green quests anywhere that are really pressuring us to get them done. Maybe we'll check a few other zones just to make sure that we haven't missed any like big concentrations of green quests. Besides Ashenvale, I know if we went back to Ashenvale, there'd probably be stuff to do. Like maybe we should. Maybe I should go back to Ashenvale. Especially if all the green stuff here is done.
Watch, get her back. Hey, good.
Yeah, I think all these are elite quests, I believe.
Watch, get her back.
Yeah, these are all elite quests, so we can't work on these right now. Yeah, okay, let's go turn this one in. And then maybe this one too, we have the breadcrumb here into the excavation site. Yeah, maybe we'll go do that. And then, ooh, we have a raptor here, just hanging out by the road, just a road raptor, no big deal. If I go back and I look at Ashenvale, yeah, green, level 22, level 21, level 24 greens, level 29, 30, 32, 25, Stonetail and Mountains, 27. Yeah, like, I think we're... Yeah, well, we could go back to Ashenvale. We could potentially do a few things in Ashenvale. Might not be a bad idea. Oh, I dinged. I did ding. I didn't even notice. So often I miss it completely. All right, let's keep putting points into. I think I want to keep grabbing more intellects. I'm really torn between grabbing more intellect and just making our judgment and seal spells cheaper. Like, maybe eventually I would do both these things over time. So I'm going to put another point in Benediction for now. Maybe I'll go back and forth with points in Divine Intellect and Benediction. I guess there's a case for putting more points here so I can get down to Conviction. Like, Conviction's going to increase our crit, so like maybe I should be focusing this until we get Conviction. And then I could go back and put points in Divine Intellect. Like, that might be a better plan. I might have to respec eventually too. What weapon am I using? We are using the Dense Triangle Mace. Level 23 equip, 10 strength, 10 stamina, 66 top end, 22.9 DPS with 2.4 speed. Patrick, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for being here. How did I get this weapon? This was a hardcore character, so I think somebody gave me this weapon back on Defias Pillagers. I had this weapon on this character when I transferred her over. Like, she just had it. She was level 22 at the time, like about to be 23. I think somebody gifted me this weapon back on Defias Pillagers. It was probably Alex. Alex probably gave me this weapon, if I had to guess. Moz, you have too much money on Whitemane? Somebody sent me 500 gold in the mail today. Somebody who must feel like you feel. They must feel like they have too much gold. Because somebody sent me 500 gold in the mail. I popped that open at the beginning of the stream today. So yeah, that was pretty incredible. That kind of blew me away. 500, yeah. Suddenly I'm 500 gold. Like I've never had that much gold in Classic Era ever. So yeah. Yeah, we got so like overall across all of our characters now we got 681 gold. But yeah, we got some money. We got a little bit of money. It's a big old stimulus check. I can buy everything. No. Oh no. No, it's a lot of money, like, let me say. But also keep in mind, like, the prices here on Whitemane, since it's an older server, the prices are quite high. There's been quite a bit of inflation over the years. And, yeah, the prices are quite high. I don't really plan on spending it right now. Yeah, this is money I think I'm going to continue to save. We can buy some upgrades with it, but we're not going to, like, buy a bunch of stuff, or I'm not going to blow it all on a weapon, you know, like you get a big tax refund, you go out and buy something that you don't need or want. Like, I'm not going to treat it like that. This 500 gold is an investment in the future of our retirement here on Whitemane. That's part of the retirement fund now. So, like, we absolutely can't just go blow it. Do I want to do this level 26? Probably not. We can come back and do this later. Let's go over to the excavation site and turn this one in and see what level the follow-up is, and then after that I think we'll head back to Ashenvale for a bit. Yeah, Mr. Santa, you got 100 gold and a blue weapon from a totally random person. Someone else mentioned that the other day, that someone just like gave them a pile of gold, basically. Like, just walked up to them and handed them money. Like, how cool is that? I think that, like, ultimately, for people in Classic Era that have a ton of money and have ways to continue making money, like, money becomes kind of pointless. Because there's only, if you're max level, and you've done your raiding, or maybe you're a PvPer and you've gone that route, and you just have professions or whatever, and you just have a ton of money coming in all the time, like, money kind of probably loses meaning a little bit, because, like, what do you have left to purchase? Besides supporting your alts, at that point where you already have a ton of money, like, what do you have left to spend it on? And I think that's why a lot of people are super generous with their gold in Classic Era. Because they're people that have money coming in whenever they want money coming in, and they probably don't have a lot of stuff that they themselves need to spend money on, you know what I mean? That's what I think, at least. That's why I think people can just walk up to somebody and give them 100 gold. It's like, yeah, like, that person who gave you 100 gold, they're probably going to make like 1,000 gold on the auction house in the next week, you know, maybe even in the next day. Like, but they're going to recoup that money. Like, they got that money's coming in, and they have it, you know. And that's cool. Like, it's really cool when people are just like super generous like that. It's one of the great things about Classic Era, that you don't really see that kind of behavior as much in other versions of the game, I don't feel. I feel like that's a very, like, Classic Era thing, just to have somebody walk up to you and give you, like, a pile of gold. Yeah, Admiral's Arms, 4 16-slot bags and 100 gold were given to you. Exactly. And I think it's almost like some of these people, they probably, like, they want you to have a good experience on the server. Like, they want you to come to the server and like it. And so, like, you know, if you start off on a server and someone gives you a bunch of bags and a bunch of gold, like, that's going to incentivize you to keep playing on the server, right? So it kind of works that way too. For some reason today, I am having a hard time finding the excavation site. I think maybe the entrance is up ahead. You know, a place I've been a million times. It's like losing my car in the parking lot. Like, you go there every week, you park in the same spot, and then sometimes I just can't find my car. That's what this is. Okay, here we go. This looks right. The 100 gold is a tax write-off, yes. When they file their Azerothian taxes, the 100 gold they gave you and the 4 bags is a tax write-off. And the weapon they gave you is a work expense. They write that off too. People spend up to 10,000 gold in some GDKP runs. Yeah, that's fair. But then, like, once you have the best gear, though, let's say, like, you've been through your GDKP, you've done your time, you have all the best gear, you have professions that are making you tons of money, like, that's the point where you don't need the gold anymore. The gold has already served its purpose for you. You've already purchased all your gear and done all that.
How are you?
Yeah, I am not going to do any GDKP, so like we'll see if I ever am able to get a piece of gear. I would like to be able to raid.
Welcome.
But yeah, I don't have anything against GDKP,
Safe
but as a
travels.
perpetually poor person, like I'm just not going to engage with it.
See you soon.
Like I never have enough money. I don't want to like spend money in that way.
See you soon.
And so I will not be doing any GDKP raids. So we'll see if there are any other type of raids I can get into. Yeah, so GDKP is like basically you're bidding on, like, you kill a boss, the boss drops X, Y, and Z gear, and you bid on it. You bid on the gear. And then, you know, whoever is going to bid the most is going to win the gear. And then I'm not like intimately familiar, but I think then at the end part of the gold is spread amongst the people who did not get gear. So like, yeah, there's some kind of way that like the people who organize the raid, obviously they keep some of the gold. But then I believe that some of the gold is redistributed throughout the parts of the raid that didn't get gear. Again, I've never done a GDKP myself. Yeah, 500 gold is chump change to somebody who's able to bid 10,000 or spend 10,000 on gear in a raid. Like 100 gold, 500 gold, it doesn't mean anything to them. It's very small amounts of money at that point. Raiding is the least fun part of WoW. When raiding stops being fun, you create a new character, back to square one. Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about Classic Era, is like there's so much game to play that's not raiding, you know? There's so much experiences to be had that are not endgame. Like, you can spend 300 hours on a character, like leveling it up, doing professions, and like, you don't have to raid. You don't have to raid to feel like you had a good time and that you had a big journey. But then if you want to raid, like, it's great to have the raids there. At the point that I'm at in life, I am also someone, like, I don't really enjoy, like, doing raids every single week. It hasn't been something I've enjoyed. I tried doing weekly raids, like Phase 1 of SOD. I didn't really like it. I tried doing raids when Kata first launched. I didn't really like the, like, just weekly repeating the raids. Like, I am also kind of like that. Where, like, I love to go in and kill the bosses and get loot. I just haven't found, like, a way to enjoy it as, like, a every single week activity. Like, not in a while. It's been... Like, Legion was the last time that I raided consistently like that. By BFA, I had to quit. I was traveling too much for work. There was the infinite AP grind that I didn't have time to power up my Heart of Azeroth. So, like, back then I enjoyed it, but, like, something, like, has changed. Something changed in the interim years, and, like, it no longer is something, like, that I can, like, devote myself to. Like, I guess for me, like, ideally, I see a raid a couple of times, I kill every boss in it once, I get some gear from it, but then, like, I think ideally, like, I don't know if it's something I do every single week. On a schedule. Cobalt Crusher, dang. Maz, thank you so much, man. That's really awesome of you. I really appreciate that. Dude, that's great. Very generous. This is an incredibly good weapon. And we are I'm looking forward to using this. Yeah, this is good. Look at the nice slow speed on it too. Like, compared to the mace we have on right now isn't really that great for us because it's really fast. It's kind of a crappy speed. The 3.2 speed is much better. It has the chance on hit to blast the target for frost damage, which, like, that's crazy. That's just like a random chance to get 120 frost damage up on an enemy. Like, crazy. Absolutely insane. That's enchanted, right? Plus 7 weapon damage. We're going to be crushing enemies with that thing. Yeah, we're going to be crushing enemies with this. Very cool. Nice. Nice, nice. Very nice, my man. Yeah, it looks really cool too. Absolutely. That's like the best part of playing melee characters, man. I tell you, like, other classes just like aren't quite the same because, like, getting a new weapon as a melee class is so big. It's so big. And it feels so good to throw the new weapon on. Like, immediately you're doing like a noticeably more damage. Like, when it comes to casters, there's really not anything quite like that. When it comes to your gear, like, getting new gear is always great. New gear is always important to get. But, like, on a melee, getting a weapon is like the best feeling. I would say like priests are pretty close, because like on a priest you can get a really good wand, and like getting a really good wand is awesome. Not quite as good as like getting a really good two-hander on like a warrior or a paladin, but yeah, at least on a priest, like, you can like look forward to getting just a really awesome wand. Knowing that like a lot of your damage is wand damage, it's going to help you out a lot. No, I can't raid lead. I can't raid lead. No, I don't know. I don't like being a raid leader. That was one of the conditions I set when I was doing some raids with the guild. It's like, I didn't want to be the raid leader, because like the raid leader, like, you end up having to be the person to tell somebody that they're stupid for not getting out of the fire, you know. Like, the raid leader really can't just be like super chill. Like, sometimes the raid leader has a job to do. And like, I never wanted the responsibility of raid leading. I just want to be the person getting yelled at for standing in the fire. Like, that's my ideal way to like enjoy a raid. I often feel like, yeah, like that's just my ideal way. Like, I don't like to raid lead. In the guild I was in, like, my real life friend was the raid leader, and he was a really good raid leader. He had the exact amount of patience, but also a willingness to point out when a specific person was messing up. Like, he had the perfect balance, like, and the level-headedness to be a raid leader, and he enjoyed it. That's the most important thing about raid leading, is like, to be a good raid leader, like, you have to enjoy raid leading. It has to be something that you want to do. I think that's similar to like being a good manager. You know what I mean? How like some people are good managers, other people have the title, but they're not really good at it. They don't seem to enjoy it. Like, I think you have to want to do it in order to be like truly good at it. That being said, vanilla raids are really simple mechanically. Like, mechanically compared to things like think about Cataclysm raid bosses and like heroic Cataclysm raid bosses, and then think about like anything in vanilla is just like a lot simpler. And so like maybe just like raid leading in vanilla wouldn't be so bad. Which items am I still looking for? You know, I don't even have to do this quest now. I could be waiting to pair this quest up with the follow-up to the Raptor kill quest. That would probably be smarter. We need the motor fragment and the golem fragment. Okay. Yeah, like, I don't have to work on this one now. What I should do first is I should go kill the other raptors that are outside of this place, because that chains into another quest. And then we can do both those at the same time. Not that I don't mind, like, the extra XP of, like, grinding these guys multiple times. It's pretty good XP. If you have a Skinner parked somewhere close, I'm about to be murdering a ton of raptors. So if anybody wants free skins, come find me. I'm about to leave a trail of destruction in my wake. We got a tin vein up here somewhere. Like, how am I gonna get to that? Maybe around this way. Okay, this looks promising. I feel lied to? Oh my gosh, it's all the way at the top. I'm surprised that I made it this far. Can I climb this? There we go, look at that. That was a little bit tricky. And I'm not even convinced I was supposed to be able to come up from this side. It should reward double, yeah, for the trouble of getting to it. Exactly. That was quite the climb. Yeah, I still need a ton of tin. I need copper. But, oh yeah, you know, we also have that problem that we don't have inventory space right now. What's the best solution to this? There's a vendor on the road somewhere. I think they're back here, though. Is the best solution to just, like, carve my way through here and make my way back to town? Probably. Yeah, I mean, either that... We're gonna go further to get out to the crossroads than we are just to get back to town. Let's pop a scroll of spirits, scroll of intellect. We can toss some, like, of the absolute junk on the ground, I guess. And then maybe we can just carve our way through here back to town. Sell everything and then we'll come back out. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. Let's do that. Was there a vendor at the excavation site? I don't know. There might have been. If there is, I don't think I've ever used them. And apparently we're not tracking vendors on the map. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think there was. I know there's one at the crossroad, but that's the only other one that I know of that isn't the guy over here. There's this guy here, there's a guy here, and I think that's it. As far as like random vendors out in the world. There's one up to the north by the crocolisks? Yeah, this one here. Yeah, the guy near the engineering guy. Yep, there's this guy, and then everybody else is back in the town. Yeah, we also check the guy up there sometimes for the bronze tube. The bronze tube item that you need for the Duskwood quest. I think he sometimes has that one. I'm getting local defense alerts that say Paladin Bay is under attack. So we might have Paladin Bay. I'm assuming they're talking about the bay. So like Menethil Harbor might be under attack by Horde. I'm not sure. I hope they leave at least one vendor alive. They can slaughter everybody else, just leave one vendor alive. I can deal with that. I've got to get to that copper vein. This guy asked me if I was looking for the stone. I don't know what stone he's talking about. Dude asked me to share the quest, but his quest log is full. I'm not even sure if I can share this quest. Now he's too far away. There we go. There we go. Communication and cooperation, boys. That's what it's all about. Now, if only I could climb this small hill. I don't really need help with this quest, but what I do need is I need to keep making my way towards town. My bags are not going to empty themselves. And right now, moving back towards town is going to be more important than sticking close to this guy. So, like, if he's near us, if he's helping us, that's fine. If not, then that's okay too. We have to make our way back to town. Alright, that is all we need. Do I want to do SFK? Guys, am I too high of a level for SFK? I'm level 27, and I feel like that's probably like a little bit too high, isn't it? Yeah, I think I might be too high of a level. I think I don't think I'm gonna get any. I don't think I'm gonna get any kill XP, and I kind of wonder if I would break the kill XP for the group. Like I wouldn't mind doing a run, but it's good till level 30 gear. This guy says. I mean, yeah, like I wouldn't mind. Is it a little bit of travel? No, we have some flight points. Like, yeah, I guess we could do SFK. I can jump a flight from here to South Shore, and we'd have to run from South Shore. Ergol's 28. Oh, that's there you go. Like, that's perfect. They want to know about heal or tank. I can do either, but I'd probably be better tanking. Like, honestly, with my mana pool, I'm gonna be a better tank.
Welcome.
And by tank, I mean I'm gonna turn on Righteous Fury, and I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Be good. Keep your feet on the ground.
We're definitely gonna two-hand tank it. I mean, I think I have a shield, but what I don't have is like a good one-hander. So we'll just two-hand. We'll keep Devo Aura on, and we'll probably be fine. It's SFK, so the only one that might give us problems anyway is Aragorn, and Aragorn's all spell damage. So like a shield is not going to help against spell damage, so it doesn't even matter. He's 26. Okay, then we're fine. Yeah, the rest of the dungeon's probably going to be like level 19 to 22 stuff. So it should all be like for us relatively low level stuff.
You got my attention.
And like I guess I'd rather tank it at this level than heal it, just because I don't have any intellect gear. If I had intellect gear, then I would be fine healing it, but let's see. What can I get rid of here? Ten-slot bag I don't need. There's some plus to healing spells, but it's kind of like a lower level piece. I have plenty of water still. We have 50 things of water that should be sufficient. I should probably do a little bit of smelting to get that stuff condensed down, and then turn it into bronze. Healing's easier than tanking. Not if you don't have the mana pool for it. It's not like I healed dead mines with a tank that was out level for it, and like my mana pool just doesn't really last. If I had like 5 or 6 pieces of intellect gear to throw on, then I'd be fine. But it's gonna be easier, I think, for us to tank it. I'm like pretty familiar with SFK, so it should be fine. Like Aragorn will be the only one that gives us a problem, and I don't think we'll have any problems. If I was like level 24 or 25 even, then maybe I'd be like, okay, could be rough. But at level 27, I think we'll be fine. Would I play on a TBC Fresh server if they added one? Absolutely. Yep. I don't think they'll ever do that, and I think it would be like kind of a bad idea at this point to split the community up more, but if they did it, I would roll on it, yeah. For sure. Oh snap, we got a full group. I should vendor all that stuff.
What can I get for you?
And then I gotta put myself on flight here.
Watch your back.
Let's turn in this quest. That'll be one less item in our inventory.
Need help? For the Alliance? Light bless you.
Alright, I'm gonna put myself in flight over to South Shore and I'm gonna go bio really fast before this run.
Can I help you?
So I will be right back. Oh no. Guys, we don't have the South Shore flight point on this character. Shit. In that case, that changes things a little bit. Yeah, for some reason I thought we had the South Shore flight point, but we do not.
Have a good one.
Nobody else is really anywhere nearby. I think they're gonna try summoning to the Wetlands. Yeah, I think maybe they're trying to summon people here. And then doing the run from here. But maybe not. I guess I'll make the run first. We're gonna need those flight points eventually anyway. So...
Great to meet you. Off with you.
Not a big deal, I guess. At least this way we'll have them for the future. Yeah, I think, you know, it must have been the warrior that I was thinking about when I was thinking about having the flight point. That had to be it. I'm not even sure like where the warlock is at. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's in the zone with us. So like, what is he doing? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make the run and grab the flight points. I'm assuming that's what we would do. Although he seems to be headed the other way. Yeah, I'm not sure. How many people do we need to do a warlock summon? Don't we need, like, we need 3 people to do a warlock summon? Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, I'm not sure what this guy's doing. He's just kind of like, he could be questing for all I know. You need 3, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what their plan is. I'm not sure if their plan was to like try to summon people here to do the run, or just try to summon somebody if you're not at the entrance. But like, yeah, I would. I don't want to just like stand around and wait. So I'm gonna do the run and see like how that goes. Yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes before it even gets going. Probably about like 5 or 10 more minutes till we start. The priest is waiting for a summon. That's nice of him. He says bio real quick, then ready for a summon. Well, at least the priest is ready for a summon. Thank God for that. But yeah, it's gonna be a minute. I'm hoping that everybody sticks together and we can actually get everybody there and actually do the run. It would be nice for this to be more than just me getting some flight points. Although we do need the flight points, so... It's not... Either way, it's fine. They don't make it easy for the Alliance to do SFK. Just like they don't really make it easy for the Alliance to do any of the Scarlet Monastery dungeons. It's like, it's the one negative aspect of playing Alliance side, is that there's so many low-level dungeons that you're not even close. You're so far away from so many of the leveling dungeons. Whereas on the Horde side, like, you have easy access to the ones in Eastern Kingdoms and easy access to the ones in Kalimdor. It's really easy. Just to get to the dungeons. Alliance, it takes a lot of work. We lost somebody, they may... Oh, re-invite. Okay, well, apparently we're going to re-invite them in a minute. But for now, we have lost somebody. I probably don't want to be off-road here. Yeah. Being off-road here, not a great idea. We definitely want to stick to the road. We definitely want to avoid these mobs because they're level 31. And they kind of hurt. I hope this guy drops. And then we have to hope that we don't run into the to the Forsaken Messenger. Because that's a pile of elites that'll kill us really, really fast. Am I leveling blacksmithing in the hopes to get Thunder Fury? No, not really. I'm just leveling blacksmithing to have a blacksmith. Oh god, what's happening? Oh, this is bad. Yeah, see, this is the Forsaken Courier. Oh, they're not elites. Okay, well, they're still really high level. I guess they're engaged with the guards, so that's good. Yeah, we got lucky. They're just fighting the guards. Okay, that's great. Yep, I like that. Oh, so the Warlock is swimming. Instead of doing the run through the Arathi Highlands, the Warlock seems to be swimming over to South Shore. That's why he was being weird earlier. Okay, that's different. I mean, why do the swim? You're gonna have to get the flight points anyway, and if you have to do the swim, that means you don't have the flight points yet. So, like, why not just make the run through the Arathi Highlands, get the flight point, and then get the South Shore flight point? Like, why make the swim? Seems like a kind of a waste. Like, you might as well just do the run. That way you get both the flight points. Then you never have to worry about it again. He's just cooling off. Fair. Yeah, he just wanted to go for a swim today. He's getting in his exercise. Possibly. Like, the reality of it is, for all of that, he's not going to get there too much before I do. Like, he's going to get there like a minute before I get there. Assuming I don't get killed by, like, random spiders. And I think he got killed once by Naga. So, like, I don't know if it's what he's doing is worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say not worth it. Hey, Eags, it happens, man. It happens to the best of us. It was still relatively pertinent, if a little untimely. Yeah, see, he's just getting to town. He saved like a minute. Maybe if he hadn't died once, he'd have been there a lot faster, but... That's the... Hey, we might die doing it this way. Especially as I'm, like, trying to ignore every... Yeah. This might be the end of us. This might be the end of us. I hate making these runs where, like, the entire point is just to, like, make the run as quick as possible. Oh, lay on hands. Okay, good. We're not gonna die. We have lay on hands. Not for another hour. Probably not a good time to pop lay on hands, like right before going into a dungeon. Not a good idea, but whatever. I absolutely... I need this tin, but I don't want to fight the cat for it. Ugh. Okay. Let's just get the flight point and move on. Oh wait, is he trying to open his portal? What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's glowing like that while moving. That's a little bit weird. I've never seen that kind of behavior before. Very strange. Okay. I can't tell if he's trying to hang out here to get a summon stone up or what exactly his deal is. I think he wants to summon here. I have to bio, so like, let's see where the druid's almost here. I gotta AFK real fast. I'll be right back. Okay. That's hopeful. I come back. The warlock, who looks to have been lagged out the entire time, suddenly disconnects. Supposedly he will be back. He's fixing his lagging issues. Because he's got lag. As we knew, because he was running around while casting a spell effect. So we are waiting on a laggy warlock to get a laggy summon to go do a dungeon. That's where we're at. It would have been really cool if he could have got the summons off before having to DC. That would have been really nice. What are the odds this guy actually ever comes back? Well, we're good, it looks like. Barden Hazard, thank you so much, man, for the $20 super chat. That's incredibly generous of you. Thank you so much. That is a ton of support. I really appreciate it. Gotta make a detour for the tin. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're getting close to the goal. We're probably gonna hit our goal, and that's always nice. Really, really appreciated. Getting tin in WoW is harder than real life. No dumpsters to dive in. That's true, but like in real life, it doesn't grow like out of the ground either. So yeah, I don't know if it's like, is it easier to dive into a dumpster full of unknown materials, or is it easy to like slap the ground with a pick a few times? I'm not sure. You feel like I should let people know that I'm streaming and that everything they do others are watching? No, they don't need that pressure. I feel like that's like, firstly, it sounds like, yeah, I don't know how it's gonna sound if I'm like, hey guys, like I'm streaming this 5-man. No, I don't think they need the pressure. Yeah, I don't typically tell groups when I'm, when I'm streaming. Because like, what's it gonna do? Like, what do they care? Like, it's either it's not going to affect them at all and they're not going to care, or they're going to get like nervous. Maybe they're going to think I'm just trying to get them to go click on my channel and subscribe, like I'm just like self-soliciting. Like, I don't know. I've never told them. Denver Jack, thank you so much, man, for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you're digging the classic era. Yeah, classic era is probably, it's all we're going to be streaming for the time being. So I'm glad you're digging it, man. Alright, yeah, level 19. So we should not have a problem tanking this. This should be absolutely fine. Let's get some buffs up. Druid, I guess I'll give him strength. Everybody else besides me is getting wisdom. And yeah, like all we do now is we just run in and we start hitting stuff. We turn Righteous Fury on because we are a tank. We turn the music down because it's SFK. There we go. Now we're good. Is this classic? This is classic era. Yeah, this is not SOD. I don't play SOD. Haven't played SOD since night 1 of phase 3. I know it's a big surprise to everybody, but the Warlock says he's lagging a lot. I know we're all shocked. He was lagging the entire time in South Shore. He had a weird DC before we summoned people, so I know we're all really surprised. But it turns out that the Warlock is lagging. So there's that. It doesn't matter, because like we can format this, so like we don't need the Warlock. The Warlock did his job, and his job was to get everybody summoned to South Shore so we can make the run together. And so if he can't participate going forward, then we don't really need him. As long as we kind of take it like slow and steady, we should be absolutely fine. He says in chat, "What's my character doing?" Okay, your character is casting. Okay, now he's done casting. We got to give him the play-by-play for what his character's doing so he can continue to play. The mage told them to put them on follow. He's gonna put the mage on follow. We're gonna have it's gonna be a follower dungeon, but just not in the way that you would want, really. He asked, "What's happening?" Oh, buddy. This poor Warlock. Well, that was sketchy, but we're fine, apparently. Why don't I like the Warlock? I don't really like any pet class where the pet tanks the enemy away from me off in the distance. I kind of disengage from combat when the enemy's not able to be like near me or hitting me. Not really sure why. And I guess I don't really identify with the Warlock class fantasy, but mainly it's the whole like tanking the mobs far away on the Voidwalker thing that like disengages me from combat. I feel the same way about the Hunter. It's mainly just that I'm not a pet class person. Yeah, not having a taunt at all as a tank can be pretty tough. I also don't have any AoE. So if I had Consecrate, I'd at least have a little bit of AoE, but right now it's mainly just melee attacks and Righteous Fury. It's always going to be hard to hold threat over a mage. JP, thank you so much for the $5 super chat for the coffee fund. I really appreciate that. Thank you. They want to pull the horses. When are we getting a classic guild here? Maybe in a few weeks. Like, I want to have a character at like a much higher level. I want to give it a little bit of time. And then I want to kind of gauge to see if anybody's like super interested in actually coming here and leveling up. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it if I've been at it for a little bit longer. I want to become a little bit more established here. Yeah, like I think I would be fine with having a guild here eventually, yeah. But if I do, I have to kind of be committing myself to like being guild master, because I have a Cataclysm guild that I'm not the guild master of, so I have like people running that guild, and it's a great guild, and they raid all the time. It's really fantastic. I just don't do a lot in the guild because I don't really play Cata right now. So if I made a guild here, I'd actually have to be like some kind of... I'd actually have to like pay attention a little bit to what was going on in guild. It's a little bit of a commitment for me. And then we'd have to have a Discord channel. If we don't have a Discord channel already, we probably need to at least get a Discord channel for Whitemane. And maybe I will do that later today. Yeah, I'd at least for now like to have a Discord channel for it, for people that are interested to pop into the Discord channel. And then I could gauge interest that way. I probably also need to have like a Discord link in the stream description. That would be a good idea. Let me see if I can do that. Probably can't do it. I'll try to get that up later. Probably making a Discord room and doing that stuff in the middle of a dungeon is not a great idea. Hey, Alex, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. There we go. There's the Discord link. And at some point, we will have a Whitemane room for people who are playing on Whitemane, are interested in Whitemane, have questions about Whitemane. And then if there's interest and there's enough people, then yeah, then we can have a guild eventually. I need mana. Let's go ahead and just drink ourselves back to full here. Having to carry this warlock is not great. Like, having to carry this guy, like hard carry him is... It's not good. It's not good, especially because I'm top DPS somehow. So like that's bad. It's not great. It's gonna be a slow run, I think. Ah, yes, I can use exorcism against these guys. Against the servitors, I can use exorcism, so that's really good to know. That's a big chunk of damage and a big chunk of aggro that I absolutely need. So I can pull them with this every 12 seconds. Are there Horde on Whitemane? I've been told it's a pretty even split. Across the cluster, keep in mind we're not just Whitemane, it's the Whitemane cluster, so there are also other servers that we're kind of connected to. But across the cluster, I've heard it's basically 50-50. Everybody's mana looks good here. Yeah, the Warlock is lagging so bad that I don't think he can do much. I don't think he's been doing much. He'd be better off just a wand. Current segment. Yeah, I can do current segment. Yeah, he's doing a little bit, but not a lot. There we go. Top one will be current fight, bottom one will be overall. The lock is having really bad lag. That's why he's only dotting one target at a time. He's having a really rough time of things. He's been lagging continuously. Ever since before we started the run, he's been laggy. He probably shouldn't be in the run, but he summoned us and we got here, so he's here now. And I think he has the mage on follow most of the time, so yeah. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. See, unlike our Dead Mines run, we have not seen a single blue item drop yet. Unlike Dead Mines, where all the blue items dropped. Apparently my group is busy doing something back up top. I'm not sure. I must have missed something in party chat. I'm not sure what they were doing up there. I don't have Holy Shock. I wish I had Holy Shock. I have Exorcism, but I can't heal myself with that. Now, I have Flash Heal. I could spam myself with that if I needed to. They're doing okay. We haven't died yet, so... But yeah, no Holy Shock for me. Holy Shock, I think, is in the Holy Tree somewhere. You have to get all the way to the bottom of the Holy Tree to get Holy Shock in Classic Era. I'm not sure what these people are doing. I think maybe I'm missing something in party chat, but occasionally they all just seem to stop completely, and they seem to like halt all progress, and I don't really know why. Maybe they want me to buff them. I'm gonna buff them. I'm not gonna buff the Warlock, he's really laggy. Alright, this can be a dangerous room if we don't handle this correctly. So I hope they all just stay here and let me pull back. Otherwise it could be bad. This warlock, he's been lagging out since South Shore. Finally, he says, I might have to reboot my PC or something. I might have to reboot something. He's been lagging for about 45 minutes. Like, lagging to the point where he can't even play the game. And finally, he says, I might have to reboot my PC or something. Yeah, that would be a good place to start. Maybe doing some internet troubleshooting would also be good. Firstly, do you have internet? Or is your computer plugged into a potato with an antenna? Secondly, maybe power cycling your router, maybe power cycling your computer that's probably been running for 198 days straight without being turned off once. Yep, that could be a good step. But I'm glad it occurred to him 45 minutes in to, like, the worst lag I've ever seen. Like, he can't even push ability buttons. And he's like, I might need to take an action. I might need to do something. This problem is not going to fix itself, apparently. And good powers of deduction, my friend. You figured it out. He's on T-Mobile internet and he's just being throttled? Maybe. I don't know, like... I'm just saying, like... If you're 45 minutes into lag, like game-breaking lag, like the time for action has come and gone. Like, we've been carrying you through the dungeon for the entire time you've been on follow. It's like the time for action has come and gone. Like, just ride out the dungeon, yeah, like... Google internet problems, follow the steps that Google tells you, and then we move on. It's crazy. It seems... I don't want to be paranoid. It seems almost trollish. It seems borderline trollish. To, at this point. It's like, we've been letting you be on follow, and then 40 minutes in you say that you might have to reboot. It just seems trollish. I don't know if he's trolling, like, I'm sure he's having real lag. But, I don't know. Ultimately, I guess I don't know how I feel about carrying him, ultimately. Yeah, this might be the guy who, like, the support desk tells him to reboot the router or unplug the modem, and this is the guy that unplugs his PC. And then they say, okay, sir, have you unplugged the modem? He says, yes, the screen is blank. And then they say, sorry, sir, screen? You have a modem with a screen? And he'll be like, oh, yes, this modem has a screen, yep. And then they're trying to figure out what modem the guy has that has a screen on it. Meanwhile, he's just talking about he pulled the plug on his PC. That's this guy, for sure. He's playing on his OG classic setup from 2004. He's got a CRT monitor. Yeah. He's on like not a dial-up, but he's on a DSL. He's on a DSL they told him was a T1 line, so he pays T1 prices, but he's on a DSL line. This has got to be the guy. The healer says, I need to get a healing add-on. What? What? You gotta get a healing add-on? It's a 5-person group. It's vanilla. It's just SFK. You need a healing add-on? There's only 4 of us besides you. You just click and then you press a button. You only have a couple of buttons. What do you need a healing add-on for? Oh no. This man is going down a dark road. He got into 5-man SFK and he's like, I gotta get a healing add-on. I can't do this. Wait, is there an add-on that simply heals for me? Because I need something. That's what you want to have your healer say. Right before a pull. Man, I gotta get a healing add-on. Woo! Oh boy. I have more fun tanking it. Like, I don't mind healing it. If I had intellect gear, I'd heal it. But it's been fun just to face tank it. Like, ultimately, I'll have to heal, like, harder stuff, because I'm not gonna... I'm barely a serviceable tank as it is. So, like, ultimately we'll heal stuff, but... They asked me if I wanted to tank or heal, and with the gear that I had, I am gonna be a much better tank. Now I know if I'm gonna heal, I need to go get a healing add-on, like, right away. This whole time, this entire time, the mage has been trying to explain to the warlock how to put him on follow, like this entire time. This is what he just typed. I keep telling you, target me, right click on my avatar. Press follow. Oh look, the druid got to the same point I did. The druid says, it's starting to feel a little trollish. Agreed. Hard agree. Feels real trollish. Chad agrees. Don't you guys? You guys agree this is getting a little trollish? Like, it feels trollish. He can't, he not only has he had game-breaking lag for 40 minutes without doing a reboot, he is also acting like he can't figure out how to put himself on follow. Like, you guys know how to put people on follow, right? Like, you guys know how to follow people in the game? Like, following people in the game is like a pretty basic, like, control mechanism. Like, yeah, it's he's feeling trollish. I think this guy's a troll. I'm not sure why, like what the purpose is. It's a brand new game. Cut him some slack. Right. Yeah, it's weird. I gotta be honest with you guys. If I was group lead, I would kick this guy before Aragol. Like, I don't know. I'd kick this guy before Aragol. Because I wouldn't want him to take the robes, you know, after not putting in any effort. Yeah, or Master Loot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Has he been able to loot? Like, let's see if dude is able to loot. Let's see what he rolls on this intellect piece. If he takes this, I'm gonna advocate that he be booted before Aragol. Let's look at the rolls. Well, I want to see if he's actually lagged out, then like he shouldn't be able to roll. Like, not in a timely fashion. Yeah, see, he's not rolling. Has he rolled on other stuff? He has been able to roll on other stuff. So like he's able to roll on items. Because he did right here. On this green he rolled and he won with a greed. Yeah, now he's not rolling. I don't know. He's DC'd now. Okay, I see. He's back. He's DC'd and he's back. Why can't he just stay DC'd? Let's see. Is he in the room? He's in the room. He's moving around just fine now. He looks good now. He's jumping over gaps. Like... Alright. Look at this. He came back and won the roll. Oh man, I wish I had group lead. Like, this dude is group lead. Like, we can't kick him anyway. Yeah, that's the crappy part. Like, nobody can kick this guy because like he is group lead. He just now rebooted. 40 minutes of game-breaking lag. Oh, look at this. Binds when equipped, guys. One-handed axe, 3 strength, 3 agility. This'll probably sell for a little bit. Also, we could use it as a tanking weapon. If we want to have a one-hander to actually have a shield. I'm tempted to roll on this. I feel good about that.
You too shall serve. Another falls.
Damn. he just didn't want to heal us. He said, okay, you won the roll, no heals. I hope they can kill him. I hope they can kill him. Where's he at? Oh, he teleported up top. He's like, my bad. Like, well, you didn't toss a single heal, so that's cool, that's cool. Warlock is dead, Warlock's down. A battle res. A battle res. Frickin' nice. Nice, nice, nice. Gotta love it. Love the druid. Alright, let's see. I really don't want to die. So I'm about to bubble. I'm bubbling because I really don't want to die. Yeah, I'd really just like rather not have to do a spirit run here, so... Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. Meteor shard. Ugh. Gross. Absolutely gross. For this group, just not good. Alright, I should have waited for Lay on Hands. Yeah, Lay on Hands had 1 more minute. Alright, well, I mean, that was a fairly successful run, I suppose. We've got a dead warlock who might have been trolling us. Might have been trolling us the whole time, hard to tell. I kind of want to see... I wanted to see if they were going to res him. It looks like they are going to res him. Yeah, he's like, my internet's back to normal. Like, well, congratulations, dude. Congratulations on the internet being back to normal. Alright, and we got ourselves a BOE weapon. So depending on how much this sells for on the auction house, we could sell it or we could equip it. I don't really care which. It's going to depend on how much we can sell it for. Absolutely. Did I see how fast he clicked the res? 100% troll? Yeah, I think the guy was trolling. Like, I don't really know what his primary objective was, like, overall, but... Like, being a troll was, like, high on the list of things he was doing. Yeah, this is a bind when equip, yeah. We're gonna go check the auction house right now. Because we might be able to make a little bit of money off this. I don't think it'll be lots of gold. I'm gonna guess 50 gold. 50 gold, I think.
Be careful.
Let's go find out. We also have some training we could do. Seal of Righteousness, rank 4. That's important for our DPS. Yeah, so we'll train Pally skills. Anything else we need to do? Oh, there's the blacksmith. We should be able to talk to a blacksmith somewhere in Ironforge that can get us to the next rank. So we need to do that as well. We're almost capped out. I may have to decide what type of blacksmithing I'm going to go into. Really? So early? I thought that was a thing we decided like much later on. If I had to choose that, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I guess it's between what, like armor smithing and weapon smithing? Are those my choices? It is later, okay. Yeah, I thought we're only at 150. We're at 140 out of 150, so we should have at least another rank to go before we have to decide like a specialization. I've never leveled blacksmithing so high, so I don't know anything about the specializations. Let's go to the auction house first, and we'll check the price for this one-handed axe. My guess is 50 gold. Although it's level 18, so this might be a twink weapon. If it's a twink weapon, then it could be more than 50 gold. 200 gold. That's, yeah, like that's a lot of gold. If it can sell for that. So just because somebody put it up for that much doesn't mean it's worth that much. You know what I mean? I will put it up for 195. I'm gonna do 195. It is a twink weapon? Yeah, there's only one on the auction house. And like, I could save this one until that one sells, and then I could try to set my own price. But with one already up there, I have to underbid. I feel like 200 gold for a level 18 weapon is pretty freaking good, though. I'm gonna do 195, see if it sells. Unless that seems like really low, like I don't know, it feels, if I can type that is. 195. There we go. I feel like that's fine. Like if I can make 200 gold off of that weapon, like that's pretty good. That's mounts for 2 characters, you know what I mean? That's mounts for 2 characters. I'm gonna do it. Yep, I feel okay about that. Yeah, Twink is somebody who like they stop leveling at like level 19 and they just PvP within the level 1 to 20 bracket or whatever it is, 10 to 20. And they just stay that level and they try to get the best weapons, the best armor, the best enchants, whatever they can for level 19 or level, they do it at each bracket, right? 19, 29, 39. I feel like level 19 is a very popular like bracket because it's the earliest you can be capped at a bracket basically. You know, it's like the earliest endgame of PvP is level 19 Twink.
What's on your mind?
This guy can train us, but not in the next rank. Expert. He's an expert. I need artisan. Here we go.
Well met.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect.
Your feet on the ground.
All right, let's hit up the Paladin trainer. Did I do a blacksmithing quest to get patterns? No, I did not. I did not do that quest.
Safe travels.
Stormwind seasoning for the quest. I think I have to be in Stormwind for that though. Can I get Stormwind seasoning in Ironforge? And did I already vendor all the meat for that quest? Yeah, look guys, I did it again. Long since have I vendored all the lean wolf flanks. Yeah. I remember some character, there was a character where we vendored it like 4 times. And I had to farm it up 4 times, so now we're at 2 times because we had already farmed this up. But yeah, now it doesn't matter so much because now I have to farm up the meat again. Because yeah, I vendor stuff. Yeah, it's only from it's only from the vendor in Stormwind. That's what I thought. And yeah, you know, I don't have the meat anymore anyway. It happens.
Well met. Be good.
I could probably buy it on the auction house for 10 times the price. Yeah, absolutely. I could probably drop a bunch of gold on it. So, yeah, most likely. Alright guys, I am basically out of time for today. I wish I could play some more, but I'm out of time. You guys have been awesome. I've had a really fun time. It's so good just to be able to play Classic Era and hang out. Thank you guys very much for being here today. We'll be back tomorrow at the same place, the same time. We'll go back, we'll do some stuff in the Wetlands, and then we'll start really digging into Duskwood. We might go back to Ashenvale. Between Wetlands and Duskwood, we might go back to Ashenvale, do some stuff back that way. So yeah, have a good rest of your afternoon or evening, guys. Love to see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.